Good morning. We are heading out of Midland Harbour first thing this morning. As you can see, it looks like it's trying really hard to be a fully sunny day. A few clouds off in the distance. They almost look like rain's coming, but we checked the radar on the weather apps and it's showing nothing, not even those clouds. So I guess that could be just some fog coming off of Penetang Bay, which is just one bay over. So we're going to start today, as we start many days, heading over to the fuel dock for just top up on some gas. We're not going to need a lot, but going to get a pump out as well. And then the winds are looking favorable. As long as everything mechanically is favorable and cooperative this morning, we will be heading north to Henry's. World famous Henry's Fish and Chips on beautiful Frying Pan Island in the gorgeous Sans Souci area of the 30,000 Islands. Boating plans change quickly sometimes, and sadly we're not going to be able to go up to Henry's today. Yesterday I started farting around with my gauges because the starboard side engine was showing low oil pressure at speed. Anything over 2,000 RPM it would flutter and then wane and go and drop down to almost zero. Now, I'm not getting any warnings, no alarms going off, check the oil, all that is good. Engine temperature doesn't move one little bit, so I really think it's the sender. So yesterday, now I think it's sender because yesterday I took the dash apart, I checked all the connections, I cleaned all the connections on the back of all the gauges. I spent about 2.5–3 hours doing that during the day. To no avail. So I had a brilliant mind warp last night about 8 o'clock, just before I was about to go in the shower. I thought, hey dummy, you got 2 gauges of everything, just swap them. So that's what I did. I took the port, fuel, pressure gauge on the starboard side, back and forth. They came to life nicely. I revved up the starboard engine, you know, just in neutral. I didn't want to pin it, but I took it over 2,000 RPM and it seemed to, you know, maintain the oil pressure. Of course, the real test was under load, which was today, just a few minutes ago when we left Midland Harbour, going across a little short run over the gas dock at Bayport Marina. I gave it some gas and it's just doing the same thing. Again, over 2,000, 2,200 RPM, the gauge starts fluttering and dropping off. So, Anchor Girl and I have made the decision, rather than make the run from here up to Henry's, which would be 4 or 5 hours anyways, and of course having to come back, not being able to determine 100% what the issue is, it's more prudent that we start heading back towards home. Now, on the positive side, we're not going home right away. What we're going to do is go to Lock 45, the first lock that we have to head back to off the Georgian Bay. And hopefully there's a spot that we can tie up there on their tie-up wall, because it's nice. It's right at the top of the lock. We can walk over to into town of Port Severn. If we need anything, and just spend a nice night there. Yeah, so we'll spend the night there. It's still a beautiful, beautiful day. Hot, sweaty still. And then tomorrow we will venture on probably to Lock 43, Swift Rapids, which we were hoping to stay at on the way here, but we didn't. So hopefully we can get a spot there for tomorrow night. So this is as far as we are going to get on Georgian Bay this year. Again, this is bonus time because we are on week 4 of our 3-week holidays. Would have been nice to go a little bit farther, but there's always next year. One of the things I was looking forward to employing on this boat, on this trip, going up to Georgian Bay, was the use of my handy dandy, funky chart table that was built into this boat. Holds them down flat, nice, wind's not going to ruffle them. On the 400, did pretty much the same thing. I just got a piece of Lexan and put my charts out on a little table, and just so they didn't blow around. Oh, always next year. Now, the very first time we came through here a number of years ago, we did pretty much the same trip as we are just completing now. Just went into Midland for the night, turned around, came back. And when we left there, it was earlier in the day and the sun was a little lower in the sky, so we were driving into the sun. So it was difficult to make out the color of the buoys in the water, the red from the green. Now, at that time on that boat, the original chart plotter that came with it was an old Garmin, I think it was. And it wasn't much, it just gave basically an outline of the water. And it just drew a line, but that line was very finite. So if that line, given the memory of that unit, would draw a 10-mile long line, once you reach the end of that line, it would kind of start disappearing at the end. So when we were coming here, we were desperately trying to see what was green, what was red. Of course, I had my paper charts as well, but it was hard to make out. So further observation led to the understanding that the greens are flat on the top, reds are pointy, and I'm going to leave a link in the description to a video I did of that a few years ago when we were down in Midland Falls, just explaining that a little bit better. So look for that in the description, please, and watch it. Let me know what you think. So what's going to happen next regarding this oil pressure situation? What I am going to do is, when we arrive at our destination for tonight, I am going to look up the serial numbers for both engines, and I'm going to order senders for both engines. I'm not going to do one without doing the other. They're not too terribly expensive, maybe 50-60 bucks per, so I will order those and then I'll swap them out when we get home, because from here on we don't have to go fast. There's a few spots where we can, but generally going down the Severn River we just tool along slowly anyways. It's a pretty run, so never in a hurry to get back from there. Of course, Lake Simcoe, the big lake, and Lake Couchiching above it, we could go fast, but I'm going to keep this thing under that 2,000 RPM, so 8-9 knots basically is what we'll be doing. Of course, we'll be plowing a lot of water and burning through the gas unnecessarily, but whatever, it is what it is. At least the boat's running, we're safe, and I I really don't think that it is an oil pressure issue. I still think it is a sender electrical issue. Something's not communicating with the other thing. But anyways, like I say, being prudent, we'll take it easy on the way home. And I'll swap those two pieces out and let you know what we come up with. But that's going to be many videos past this one, so keep an eye out for it. Did I mention it's really hot today? Again. Waiting at the bottom of 45. They can see the outflow from the dam, which I'm going to swing the camera around. Works its way out into this little bay. Now, I had anticipated that we would have to wait out there. I didn't think there was enough room on the blue line, but we came in anyways. But the problem, the issue that compounds itself here is one has the outflow from the dam, and if there's been a lot of rain, there's another sort of bypass over this side, so there's potentially a strong current coming that way down here, the current from the dam coming down that way, and then of course when they release the lock, that water comes down and it all converges into that spot. And remember, this is all solid rock around here, so the waves and the wake just bounces around. And where those folks are just waiting down there, that is just ahead of the Boyd Channel, which is narrow. So there's not a lot of room for maneuvering. We've waited half an hour, 40 minutes here with the big boat. And of course, you're just in and out of gear constantly, and hoping that the guy behind you is drifting back at the same pace you are, because you do get pushed down. So this is our perch for tonight. We are at the top of Lock 45, Port Severn. Stayed here before, but out on the floating dock over there. This is the only spot that they had available. So we're good with that. Get to watch all the boats coming through. Still a lot of loopers, which is surprising. Big boats. Big boats into the smallest lock on the system. Well folks, it's probably a good thing that we got sidetracked over here and we're diverted away from our planned escapade up to Henry's on Georgian Bay, because no sooner did we pull into the lock here to the blue line than there was on the VHF, the Coast Guard came on and warned of a squall watch in effect for Georgian Bay and Lake Huron. And now there are severe thunderstorm warnings all around us, right down from Toronto up north to Sudbury, or sorry, to Parry Sound.
Sudbury?
Not Sudbury, my dear. Parry Sound. So we are secure in the knowledge that we are secure here because this wind has been building ever since we got here, and it's only going to get stronger. And it looks like we might not get the rain. It looks threatening all the way around, but you never know. So it would have been an uncomfortable ride heading up through Georgian Bay in the tough conditions. We were talking to some people here at the lock, and they said they left, where were they? Wasaga Beach, I think it was, which is a little bit farther out, more westward on Georgian Bay. And they got around to Beckwith Island, and if you look at my channel, there's a video of us in Beckwith, boat just slamming. Now he said they were going through 6-foot waves. Now to me, that sounds a little bit exaggerated, but could be. Hey, you never know. And that was today, and so like I say, it's probably a good thing that we came this way. I ordered the parts that I needed. I ordered the 2 oil pressure senders for this thing, so I'm going to pick them up hopefully on our way. We're going to drive right by the marina where I ordered them from, and they should have them there in stock. Ironically, their sister marina had them in stock, is exactly where we were this morning getting gas at Bayport, you know, had I known. But whatever, they're going to drive them over, and hopefully they will be there when we pass by. I will pick them up, and I will put those in when we get back to our home port. So for today, we're just watching the weather, see what's happening. I'm going to go back outside. Anchor Girl and I are enjoying a cool beverage and waiting for some more boats to go by. I just came in here to film this because it's too windy for the audio to pick up. It'll just be muffled. So you can see what it looks like out there. Cloudy, but still really hot. And sit out there and enjoy my first cold beer of the afternoon. It's already getting on to be 5 o'clock soon. Somewhere. And then we are going to probably go over to the damn grill because it's too windy to barbecue. Excuse me, anyways. So we'll go to the damn grill and we'll have a nice meal there. And I'm going to look for any boats coming through. It got really quiet for the last half an hour or so. Actually, it looks like the boys are just opening the lower gates at the lock, so maybe something's coming through, and I'm going to film whatever I can for you, as always. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos coming out. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Daily updates there, and always lively conversation on Facebook, so you don't want to miss it. And you can also follow us at boatsbeachesandbars.com, where you can find even more links to all sorts of neat things, including our online store. And you'll find all the links to everything mentioned up here, down there in the description, so you'll have no excuse not to follow along. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.